Hello, everyone. If you've been curious about Claude Code's Anthropic AI coding agent that lives right in your terminal, this video breaks down exactly how it works under the hood. At the core of Claude Code is something called the Agentic Loop. Every time you give Claude a task, it works through three phases: gather context, take action, and verify results. These three phases are always run whenever a user gives Claude a task to do. For example, if you give it to ask for a failing task, it will first gather context, which means it will find the errors, see which file the errors are requested to be checked, and then take action by fixing those errors. Last, it will verify those results, making sure that those errors were fixed, and then provide you with detail what went wrong in the code and how it fixed it. Two things power this loop model: that reason and tools that act. Now, tools are something that help Claude perform actions. Without tools, Claude is just a chatbot. So there are five built-in tools that Claude has in order for it to perform actions on your code, which are file operations. So it can help you read, edit, create, reorganize anything in your files. If it has to find something, it will go on to search tool, which can find files. Thirdly is the execution, which can run shell commands. Anything, if you're working with Next.js, it can run npm run dev. These kind of commands always help it to make sure that it can run these things by itself. If you give it a request to perform some actions and it needs something to look on the internet, it will go to the web tool and search it on the web. Last but not the least is the code intelligence, which is helping you fix type errors or anything that needs to be done on the code or jump to definitions. These things do come in handy whenever they're needed. Now we're going to move on to Claude in a directory. So Claude gets the access to files, terminal, git state, and a special file called claude.md. Files are your directory. Terminal is the exact point in your directory where terminal can execute. And git state is something that it can keep snapshot of your code while working on your code. And last is a special file called claude.md, which is a persistent project instructions. It saves whenever you give it the commands. For instance, you can give it some rules that it can follow, and then those will be stored in claude.md. You can do it by yourself by writing it signed it, or you can tell your Claude to save those rules inside the claude.md. However, it also saves some learnings automatically in the auto memory between sessions, meaning whenever you have any kind of conversations that you're having while you're requesting your Claude to work on, it will save specifics in the auto memory so it knows what you want to do. Now that we know what Claude has the access to, we're going to talk about the sessions. Sessions are conversations that you have with your Claude. It is locally stored on your laptop or PC. Sessions are independent, meaning each new session has its own new conversation. So it does not have any memory of previous conversations you have. So if you start a new session, it will always start from scratch. Now, in order for you to resume any kind of session, you can use the continue keyword, or if you want to branch off into a new direction, you can always use fork session. Now, fork session helps you branch off your current session to add upon. However, if you don't want to do that, you can always continue with the main branch. But sometimes, if you need your conversations to be having previous memory, you can branch it off, make another feature so it knows what conversation you previously had, and this feature needs those information in order to build it. One key tip that I have for all of you is sessions are tied to directories. So if you want to run parallel Claude sessions, you can use Git worktrees to create separate directories per branch. However, if you guys don't know how to do it and you want me to show you, please comment below. I will make sure a video telling you guys how it can be done. Now that we talked about conversations with Claude in a session, that means if it can understand what we have talked about before, there is something that helps it store the information. This is where the context window comes in. Now, context window is the same thing as your brain, where you can store a certain time of information for a certain amount of time. Claude does the same thing. It can store your file contents, output, and instructions in its context window. Context window has a size limit, which means a memory limit. So making sure that you do your work in that context window. However, if the context window fills up, Claude compacts the conversation automatically. But since it will compact the whole information, meaning summarize, some instructions can get lost. So in order to make sure that your instructions do not get lost, you have to put your instructions in Claude.md. So having a conversation is fine, but if there are some rules that you want your project to have at all cost, put them in Claude.md and they will never get lost. And if you want to see how much space your context is taking, you can always run /context in your Claude Code terminal and it tells you the exact details about it. Now, we talked about the context window having to store your conversations. There another thing that Claude Code does, it has two safety features. First one is checkpoints. Whenever your Claude will execute task, it will modify those files. Now, sometimes it happens that your modified files are not to your exact requirement. So you can always use checkpoints to go back to the previous snapshot. And you can do this by pressing escape 2 times. Secondly, you have permission modes. Permission modes are ways of doing before executing a task. Default is always on. Plan mode is something that is read only. So first of all, it will plan with you, making sure that your instructions or task that you are planning is unambiguous and clear, and then execute it. That is the more advised way. However, it takes more tokens because your cloud is going to plan first and then execute those tasks. However, if you want that your cloud just directly executes it, you can always use auto mode. So it will do the planning by itself and start executing those tasks quickly so it can get done with the task. You can cycle through these permission moves by pressing Shift plus Tab. However, it is up to you how you want to use these features. So it is all about experience, getting to know which kind of permission moves you want, how you can use checkpoints efficiently, making sure you don't waste your tokens again and again by going back to checkpoints and doing the same task. Last, I'm going to talk about the quick tips. So be specific upfront, tell Claude what you require of it, give it some examples so it knows what you're talking about. Give Claude something to verify against. It could be a test case or a snapshot or screenshot of your UI so it knows whenever it makes something, it can verify against something. Third is explore before implementing. Always do research with your Claude Code and do research on your own. Do the planning, make it unambiguous and structured so it can be exactly executed as you want. Delegate, don't dictate. Now, delegate meaning you need to tell your Claude Code what you want to do, but do not be too exact, meaning you're dictating it. Because sometimes if you become too narrow, then it might not focus on the wider scope on how it should be performed. And lastly, remember, it's a conversation, so you don't need a perfect prompt. Just iterate. As you keep having conversations, it will start learning more from you, and then you can build upon a future that you wanted to build. So that's the core of how Claude Code works. Agentic Loop, powerful tools, session management, safety controls, and a conversation workflow. If you want to go deeper, check the official docs at code.claude.com. Like and subscribe for more. See you in the next one.